Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you new here, my name is Donna, and for those of you not new, thank you so much for continuing to come back and support my channel. I appreciate all of you guys so very much. I know that you don't have to click on my videos, so the fact that you do warms my heart so much. You guys are amazing. Today, I thought I would continue on the escapades of revisiting my hauls from last year. This video is going to be all about the things that I hauled in August and September of last year. I started doing this because my friend JC, who watches my videos and who you guys might have seen down in the comment section on almost all of them, talked to me about the fact that I always haul a bunch of shit in, but never ever talk about it on my channel. Part of the reason is because it takes me a long time to get to something that I have hauled because I just have so much, and that's part of the reason why I went into this year thinking about a low buy and really setting up a budget for myself so that I look at spending differently. I will link down below the two videos that I did previously in regards to my hauls from last year. One was, maybe there are 3 videos, I can't remember, but one was for my January, February, March items. The next one was for my April, May, and June items, and so there must be 3 because I also did one for my July items all in a nutshell by themselves because there was so many of them, and now I'm going to do my August and September for you. So if you're interested in that, if it sounds like something that you would like to watch just to revisit the things that I have hauled, my thoughts on them, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so in July we hauled an awful lot. That is the reason why my previous videos were like 3/4, you know, January, February, March, April, May, and June. But in July I did it all by itself. I was going to do a July, August, September haul recap, but I didn't because there was just so much. And the bulk of that happened in July. So I just separated July, and now I'm doing August and September. And in August and September, I didn't actually spend a whole lot of money, which is surprising because September is my birthday month and I always spend a lot of money in September. But I think I don't know what was going on, and we'll just start there. So I am going to start with my list as I wrote it out. I wrote it out as I was watching the videos from the hauls, and so it's all in order of how it was displayed in the video. So the first thing is the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. I remember wanting this palette so bad, and I kept it on my wish list for so long. Honestly, it was a long time before I purchased this palette that it was sitting on my wish list, that it was for sale. This is what the palette actually looked like. This is the cover of the palette. I'm a nerd and keep those things. I have all of the boxes for everything I own in a giant box underneath one of these lights here. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is the palette. There's nothing more ridiculous than the fact that I wanted this palette so bad and I haven't even used it. Why have I not even used it? This is ridiculous. I wanted this palette so bad and I got it and haven't even used it. So I think I've got this like sick thought process in my head that I can't use a palette until it comes up on my palette roulette. Well, you guys know, if you watch that video series, I'm on like palette 78 and this hasn't come up yet. So I just need to do a get ready with me using all my new things. You know, that's not a new get ready with me kind of thought process. I just need to do one of those and use this palette, or the 2 melt palettes that I have that I've been dying to touch, or any of the palettes really that I have that I haven't touched. I just need to do it. I just need to pull the trigger. I love this palette. It is so pretty. I just wish that I could give you guys some kind of insight onto how it performs, because I've heard really great things about it. I'm sure it performs really well. I've heard amazing things about it. Andrea Mattiliano, she is a channel that I watch all the time, and she's the one that I watched that really drew my attention to this palette and wanting this palette. I need to use my staff The next one I have to talk about is this. This was a very palette heavy couple months. When are they not? Let's be honest. I had this Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I got this palette on sale at Sephora. It was half off, I want to say. And it's actually a palette that I have also had on my wants list for a long time. You guys know Natasha Denona is super expensive. Not one that I pull the trigger on very often, but I do have some palettes of hers that are in my wish list, and when I get around to it, I am going to be purchasing them. I obviously have used this palette. I think I did a palette roulette on this palette. It's not as amazing as I thought it was going to be. I do have several of her palettes. This is probably my least favorite of them. I'm really glad I got it on a sale because I'd be pissed if I paid $129 for this palette only to have it perform the way it did. I wouldn't say it's not necessarily a horrible palette. That's not what I'm saying. It's just my least favorite of the Natasha Denona palettes, and it's got nothing to do with the color story. I know a lot of people would look at this and say that's just not your colors, Donna, but look at my eyeballs today. Like these are my colors. This is my jam. This is what I like to wear on my face because I think that I look really good in oranges and yellows and coppers. But this one just didn't perform, I feel like my other Natasha Denona palettes did. So there's always got to be one, right? The next thing I have on my list is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. This is bar none my favorite gloss formula. I do not like the smell of it. You all know I think it smells like cherries. I'm not a huge fan of that scent, but I do love her glosses are amazing. They're pigmented, they're great. Over Christmas, I missed the tin with the 5 different shades of gloss in it, and I was super sad watching my girl Alyssa Pope do her video of her Sephora haul over the Sephora sale, which I forgot all about, and she had that tin in there, but when I go onto my app, I cannot find it, so I don't think that it's still for sale. But I love these lip glosses. I think between these and Buxom, I can't decide which is my favorite. Buxom has a little bit of a plumping factor in them, or at least it feels that way, and these are just pretty perfect. They go on, they're not sticky, they don't do the whole lip strindle thing, they don't like wear down to this white ring around your lips. They're pretty perfect. And they just make your lips look great. This on the center of your lips in the middle of a beautiful lip color day, amazing. I love that gloss. Wouldn't change it, would buy more. And the next thing I have on my list is this Fenty Kilowatt highlighter in Chic Freak and Girl Next Door. This is the packaging. You guys know what the Fenty packaging looks like. It's so pretty. This is the highlight. Haven't used it. I purchased this though because I absolutely love the Fenty highlight. Actually, I take that back. I have used this. Looking at this, it's definitely been used. Either that or it's been swatched. I think it's been used. I think I have worn it. I love the Kilowatt highlighter formula. It is top 5 highlighter formula for me. This is my other Fenty Kilowatt highlighter, and you guys, this bitch almost gone. This pan not so much. This pan almost gone. Like they're so pretty, and I'm glad to have this in my life. I just need to remember that it's in here and use it. But I have somewhere around 67 highlights, so it's hard for me to remember. There's a highlight in my drawer I haven't used yet. But on the same token, I have this Fenty Beauty bronzer. Mine is in the shade Island Ting. It's one of the Sunstalkers, and I've used this once or twice. It is pretty. I love it. I give them kudos. This brand is such a great brand. Like, almost everything she comes out with, I have tried and loved. I would say her foundation isn't my favorite, but I haven't tried the hydrating one yet. I've only tried the matte one, and that kind of steered me clear from ever wanting to try her foundations. So I've heard that the hydrating one is really good though. So I do want to try it. I just haven't yet. I also have heard not very good things about her eyeshadow formula, but her highlights, her bronzers, her lip glosses, everything that she does is perfection. I love this bronzer. Then we have this. It is the Morphe and Jeffree Star collab. This came to Ulta stores. I remember everybody losing their mind over it. This overall is just another Morphe palette. Not saying it's horrible, and I'm not saying it's spectacular. I know that everybody loves Jeffree Star's formula. This is not Jeffree Star's formula. It does remind me a lot of the first version of the Jaclyn Hill palette though, so it does have a superior to regular Morphe formulation in the shadows, but I don't think it's anything more than another Morphe palette, if I'm honest. And the fact that they put a pressed glitter in this palette, I hate pressed glitters. I know there's a market for them. I know that there's a lot of people out there that love them. I don't like them. I do like the palette. I have used it twice. It's a decent palette. It's just a Morphe palette. Okay, so then we have a couple Ofra highlighters that I got. These are them. I did get the Cloud9 and Retrograde. This is a Nikki Tutorials collab, this Cloud9 one. It looks white, but when it's on your skin, it is a really pretty, like, pink. So I do love an Ofra highlight. This was my first favorite, top 5, #1 highlighter formula until the Fenty ones came out. And then it was like, I need to bump you down. You're like 1.5, 1.5. Every time there's a new Ofra highlight that comes out, I think I have to have it. This one is in Retrograde. It does have 2 different shades in it. I can't remember what the 2 different shades are. I will swatch them separately and then together so that you guys can see that. This is a really pretty highlight. I just love Ofra. So when you look at my hand, we have the purple swatched all on its own, and then we have the cream color swatched all on its own. It's just a really pretty champagne-y color. And then this is them together. They have just such a beautiful, like, wet look to them. Oh, you guys. This highlighter formula is so out there, like see you from the moon kind of highlight, which to me is beautiful. It's not what makes or breaks a highlight though, but it's shocking to me because I do wear these highlights an awful lot. They don't look it. You can't even hardly tell except for the fact that there's a little bit of purple mixed in with that because that's how I wear this one most. These are not see me from the moon on me. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I just don't feel, I did a tag not that long ago. Well, maybe it's been a while, but talking about highlight and how I thought I was kind of like a medium highlight kind of person because I'm not like a lit from within highlight person. I'm not a see me from the moon kind of person. I want to be a see me from the moon kind of person, which is why I buy these highlights, but they just don't show up on my skin that way. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. You tell me. I love those highlights though. I did get those on a sale. I think it was shortly after 21 Days of Beauty that I was able to get those, and they were still on a discount. Then we have the Lorac Luxe Diamond Cream Eyeshadow. This was a giant mistake, but this was also free. It was part of a haul because it was a diamond gift from Ulta. It came completely shattered, and I know that these are soft and that's kind of how they are, but when they're shattered like that, they're super hard to use. But you guys, this is so pretty. I have used it one whole time, but look at how gorgeous that is. It's just so shiny and champagne-y, and oh, it's just so pretty. But I never wear it. I never dig in to where this is, and my single shadows in a pot all sit up here in my vanity. There's a window right here. I can see right into that drawer, but I never think to get in there and dig into my single pots. The next one is this. It is the Clinique Cheek Pop in Heather Pop. I did purchase this because I purchased Clinique Cheek Pop in Fig Pop, and I love that blush. This one, I think, is maybe just a smidge too pink for me. I do really like either a really coral blush or a really like deep blush, and this one is just, it's super pink. It's like bubblegum pink. And it's just not the shade that I prefer to wear. So I do wear it. It is pretty when I wear it. I just have to have a certain eye look for this to look good with it. I wear an awful lot of warm tone shadows, and that is definitely not a warm toned blush. I feel like it's a little bit more cool tone, so it's hard for me to incorporate it in. Then we have this Clinique item, which is a bullet lipstick in mink. This is an amazing lip color. It's probably one of my favorite. It feels so good on the lips. It's a nice brown tone and it wears super well, and it just is creamy and effortless. Like, I don't have to worry about it when it's on my lips, and it fades away really pretty perfectly. It again doesn't get like that, you know, ring around your lips that makes your lips look horrible as it's kind of wearing away. It doesn't last through food, but it also isn't mobile. It's not going to move all over your face, which I love. I would buy more of these. This is the Clinique Even Better Pop Lip Color formulation in mink, and I would buy more of these. Next, I have this Benefit Highbrow Glow. This is probably another one of those things that I should have never bought. That's it right there. I don't know why I think I needed a pencil to put into my brow area. I always put whatever powder, you know, eyeshadow that I'm using, whatever the lightest one is, into my brow bone, or I use the white base that I put on my eyes. I just put that back into my brow bone. So why I needed this, I don't know. I haven't used it very much. You guys can see it's not even been sharpened once, so probably a silly purchase, but I mean, it's good, it's decent, and if you don't have shadows that you can put into that brow bone area that you love, that's a good thing to use. It's creamy, it's easily blended out, it's really nice. This one, because it's the glow version, has a really nice shimmeriness to it, not glittery. It would probably work really well actually as a face highlight as well, because it's just got that really pretty shift to it, but I never use it. I never pull for it. So then we have these, the Norvina volumes 1, 2, and 3, and I'm not sad. I'm not sad I purchased these. I did get these on a steal of a deal because I had a gift card and I also had points, and these are $60 a piece. I paid $70 for all three. This one came to Ulta and I used points to purchase it. And this one I also think came to Ulta, but I didn't know that at the time. I thought that these ones were Sephora only. And I did have a gift card for Sephora for $50, making one of these 10. So I paid $70 to get all three of these palettes because this one was free and one of these two was almost free. It cost me $10. So I was super stoked to get them for $70. Beyond that, I'm really happy to have them in my collection. If I lost every single one of my other palettes, these would be the only three palettes that I would need for anything. This one I haven't used yet. Don't come for me. But this one is all your oranges and browns. It's got some greens. It's got some really good deep purples. It's got the grungy colors that you might want for fall. It's definitely a fall-esque palette. This one is all of your pinks and your purples. It does have some primary tones in there for mixing. It is just a gorgeous palette. It performs really well actually, and they're very inspiring palettes. You open them up and you're like, some people would be like overwhelmed, like I don't know even what to do with these, and then there are people like me that get like super inspired to do things that you wouldn't normally do with your eyeballs with colors like this. Then you have this one, which I feel like is more of a like winterish kind of palette. It's got greens, it's got blues, it's got dark grungy colors. It also performs really well. I cannot complain. I am super glad to have these in my collection. And if you guys want to see an outright review of these, I do have 2 of these palettes. These 2 I've done palette roulettes on, and I will go ahead and link those videos also either in the cards or down below. So then there's this, the Fresh Sugar lip balm. This guy is an amazing lip balm. I really like it. I haven't finished it though. It does seem to take forever. I'm not a huge lip balm person, so if I don't remember to like pack it into my bag or whatnot, I will forget to use it. It does sit here on my table most of the time. I do put it on at night. It seems to last forever. I got the coconut version of it and it smells so good and I like it. I would purchase another one. They are $18 a piece though, so watch for the sales. So lastly, I think in August I picked up a Colored Rain mystery box. I have been wanting to try Colored Rain since I started this channel. They are an indie brand. They're a little bit more expensive than what I wanted to pay for, like, say, a palette. There's one palette, the Queen of Hearts palette, that is like $50 or something like that, and that was more than I wanted to spend on a palette, but I'll pay $60 for these. I make no sense. But I think the biggest thing is that I know this brand, I have touched this brand, I can, you know, go in and feel this brand, whereas with Colored Rain and any other indie brand that I want to try, it's hard for me to pull the trigger because they're kind of expensive and I can't touch them. I can't feel them, and returning them is kind of a bitch. So I don't typically buy into indie brands, but I did purchase a mystery box from Colored Rain when they had them available. I want to say I paid $35 and got a good amount of stuff. So one of the first things that I saw in that box was this. It is one of their highlighters. It is in Lavender Dreams. This is the highlighter. I have used it a couple times. It's not a bad highlighter. It's just not one I pull for all the time because it is kind of a purple frosty highlighter, and that's just not my jam. It is beautiful. It does have a little bit of like iridescence to it, but it's just not something that I can wear on a day-to-day basis because it's just not my jam. Then I got also this, which is the Berry Cute palette, and it's the one I actually was hoping for, and I love this palette. This is the palette. I did a palette roulette on this. I will also link up in the cards or down below or something. This is a beautiful palette. All of these shadows really just play well together, and surprisingly, this is very versatile for the 6 shades that are in here. So it gave me a good taste of what it felt like to have a Colored Rain shadow, and I feel like this was a proper introduction. There was also a single shadow called Brick in this bag, and I don't know where it went. I think I maybe put it in a giveaway box. I'm not sure, but I don't have it. I can't find it. In addition to that, I got 2 liquid lipsticks and 3 bullet lipsticks, and I can only find one of the liquid lipsticks. So again, I think the other one maybe went into a giveaway box or something. But this liquid lipstick is one of my favorites. I love this lipstick so much. It is a really pretty color. It reminds me of a deeper version of Delicious by Jeffree Star. It's just so purple. So it's not something that I wear every single day. It does make my teeth look super yellow. So not that my teeth aren't yellow. I mean, shit, I was a smoker for years. I drink coffee every single day, multiple, like it should be intravenously given to me because I drink it all day long, every single day. So my teeth are yellow. But this makes them look so much more yellow than they really are. I do love it, but I can only wear it occasionally. The 3 bullet lipsticks are actually beautiful. First of all, the packaging is beautiful. I loved the packaging. It felt real luxurious. Not that it's like heavy, because it's not. It's just, you know, golden white, and there's something about these colors together that make you feel like it's super high maintenance. This one is probably my least worn. It is like a really brown red. It is in the shade Cherry Blossom, and I'm just not a red fan, so it's my least used because that's the color of it. And it is what it is. I love the formula though. It's not too dry. You don't have to tug at your lips. It doesn't like wear weird. This is the next one. It is deep purple. It is so deep purple. But God, it is such a pretty color. Again, not something that I wear very often. Obviously, it's deep purple. You had to have a reason to wear a purple lip. This is in the shade Arabian Nights. And then this one is in the shade Affluence. And I kind of love it. It is, again, a really dark brown shade. It's got kind of a red, like brick red look to it. That is what it is. I just think it is so pretty, but it's also, again, one of those colors that makes my lips look, or my lips, makes my teeth look really yellow. So I have to be very careful with it, use it very seldom. I can't wear those kind of shades on camera because then you all think that my teeth are disgusting, and they're not. Like, I take really good care of my teeth. They're just stained. I also got an eyelash tool that I've never used, but I will hold on to because they come in handy if you do want to use them. I just have one that's very similar to it that is already used, so I just continue to use it. I loved these 2 months. I think I've used so much out of these 2 months of purchases and would have purchase them over again. I wish I could get in on another Color Drain mystery box because I think that was an amazing deal. Looking at like the Jeffree Star, getting a Jeffree Star mystery box, looking at some of the other mystery boxes that come out, like this one really had a good variety of what they have to offer as a brand. And I was really happy to see it. I think the like Hank and Henry boxes that came out recently are kind of like, I feel a similar way about. They have a good example of what the company has to offer for you. That is my haul recap for what I brought into my collection in August and September of last year. Are you guys looking at what you brought in this time last year or that time last year and still, showing those items love? Or do you also, like me, find that there are some things that you purchased that you really shouldn't have purchased? They were silly purchases. I probably could have done without quite a few of these items if we want to like really get down into the nitty-gritty of it, but I'm really happy to have all of it in my collection, honestly. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today. I do love that you guys are watching it, and I really do hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed it enough that you're considering giving it a big thumbs up. It really does help our channels out here. I also hope that you enjoyed it or me enough that you're considering subscribing to my channel. If you do that, please don't forget to hit the notification bell. I do upload content 4 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then every other Sunday. And I would hate for you to miss anything. It is amazing over here. It's free to join, so nothing can get better than that. And I hope to see you guys down in the comments section. Let me know about what you hauled in this time last year and what you wish you hadn't hauled. Thanks guys for joining me. I hope that you had a fun time, and until next time, bye guys.